All right. Let's start off this end of season kind of recap here by deciding what two players are going to be joining us from the academy. Again, we are allowed to sign two due to the goal for the season of sign at least two players younger than 20 with the potential greater than the average overall rating of players in those areas. Pretty straightforward. So to the academy, we get to sign two players. The best potential belongs to Kustrim Lala. 90 to 94 potential, 59 rated at 16 years old. I don't think we could possibly turn down Kustrim Lala. He is just too damn good, right? He's too damn good. So our first signing, Kustrim Lala, the Albanian. We are allowed one more signing here, though. The Albanian assassin, there you go. Let's make the easy decisions first. The easy decision, Shi Young-ji, the goalkeeper. He will be dropped. We have a more secure goalkeeper there, and Tarek Lala if needed, even though Ji has a pretty good rating. Dewey Du is the highest rated player of the bunch, but his potential is no longer the best. So that's where that gets to be a tough decision. So let's go and compare these left backs first. Pretty obvious, Kinzo Fujiwara would be the guy. Slightly higher ceiling is a higher rating. I don't know if Hoffman would gain 4 points or more than 4 points in a season. So if we were to pick a left back, it would be Kinzo Fujiwara. So we'll let go of Johann Hoffman, the German. Then there's the other strikers. We did just sign a striker. Out of these strikers, no doubt, Ralph Hansen's gone. So that leaves two other strikers. The ceiling is higher for Bouchette over Cordero. Both their work rates fucking suck. 84 physical for Cordero with that pace is unreal, though. We were trying to change over Bouchette to left wing. So technically, Cordero would be the lone striker. I don't know if anyone's really selling me as much as Dewey Du is, though. Already being a 70. There's Felix Hansen. Only 8 points lower than Du and 3 years younger at a 73 to a 94, but 73 to 94 is not a great range. He could be towards the lower end. He could be. And again, we need to sign those guys with the highest end potential. So I'm going to rule out Felix Hansen for that reason. Fujiwara is also a tough one. Should I buy FIFA 23 for the PS5 or spend my money on NHL 15.80? Don't spend your money on either until the games are cheaper. Because if you're having to decide between one or the other, pick neither. Now, see, that's what I'm thinking as well. Du is the best player, but does that potential hit the goal? If we go look at center mids, we'll be able to answer that question. So the potential has to be higher than the average rating. So if we look at center mids, we got Balagizi, Bellingham, Henderson, Rybiger. That's a 76. So he'd be good. If you don't include Sydney, it would be a 77. So Du Haas certainly hits the mark as a center mid. He's a primary center mid. Cam's a secondary position. I think Dewey Du is still the guy. I think he is. Let's be honest, we don't need another striker. And moving Bouchette over, the low work rates kind of suck. We don't need another striker. We don't really need another left wing. Same thing here with Cordero. He's solid. The last thing we need is another striker, even though pace and physical is awesome. So it comes down to the other Lala. We don't yet have a project goalkeeper. Due is the guarantee. And we don't need another left back, honestly. So it either comes down to the other Lala, goalkeeper Tarek Lala, or Dewey Due. Let's double check our goalkeepers to see if they both fit the criteria. So presumably, of course, Begovic still fits. It would be a 77. It would be a 77. I think we have our guy. Even though his potential's not quite as high as it used to be, Dewey Due is going to be our second signing. The others will forever be lost to time. We have our 2 signings this year. That should be the goal accomplished. And it is. Dewey Due joins the team. Officially listed as an exciting prospect, so he's below a 90 potential, but we knew that, of course. But Due is here. And then the extra striker edition of Kustram Lala. 16 years old, a 59. The amount of talent we have at striker is ungodly. With Isidoro Silva, who went up by 4 so far this year at Al Shabab. Peter Baker at West Ham's up to a 75. And Patrick Heath is now an 81, having played in Portugal. Darwin's still getting better on a +1. Of course, Arnautovic was a random depth signing. Jota will be back from Lyon. Fabio hasn't really gotten better at Sociedad yet. Matija Janovic is already up by 4 on the wing. Harvey got a little bit better at Sociedad. Luis Diaz is still getting better. Cade Gordon's still getting better. Curtis Jones just kind of is what he is at this point. Wirtz is still getting better. Sydney's getting better. Hendo, of course, is retiring. Jude up by 1. Geezy up by 2. Like, we're still having a lot of improvements. Including Trent. I mean, Jesus, Trent's still getting better. Not bad. Sepp's still getting better. Kanate, Bastoni. Nilsson's up by 4. I mean, he's already our left back. That's been decided. So, I mean, it's been an interesting amount of development as well. Like we said, this team is still going to change a lot on a season-by-season basis in terms of like who we decide is the future of that position and who we move out for profit. There we go. Oh, no, we're still in May, so we can keep going here. To the early stages of June, we'll be letting go of all of our one-season veteran signings. And that way we can take a look afterwards at the result of numerous finals. Like the full outlook of what's gone on around the world. So let's take a look at the standings here. So officially, the championship, Liverpool, Arsenal, the 2 teams automatically promoted up to the Premier League. The playoffs consists of Tottenham, Sheffield Wednesday, Preston, and Bradford City. On the way down, Bristol Rovers, Forest Green Rovers, and Port Vale. Let's start off in the... Ooh, the World Cup's going on again. Let's get clarification on the English system first, and then we'll take a look at all the other things. So League 2, Leeds and Nottingham Forest on the way up, as well as Leicester. They have finally gotten out of that bottom tier. Brighton, Everton, Fulham, Middlesbrough will be in the playoffs to try to get up to League 1. So Palace is still stuck. Crystal Palace is probably the biggest team that is still stuck in League 2. Wigan Athletic, the worst team in England. In League 1, we already saw the teams getting relegated. Brentford and Manchester United are on their way. Brentford finished above Manchester United, but there you go. Brentford and Man U up to the championship. Wolves, Villa, Southampton, Newcastle in the playoffs, which means the likes of West Ham, Norwich, Sheffield will be stuck in League 1 for another season. Down to League 2, Accrington Stanley, Barnsley, Wimbledon, and Sunderland get relegated. That leaves the Premier League, which was won by Chelsea. They absolutely stormed it. Chelsea win the Premier League. Top 5, City, Watford, West Brom, Peterborough. God damn, no wonder why we lost to Peterborough, I guess. Makes sense. Relegated down to the championship, Harrogate, Stevenage, and Cambridge. So old Cambridge will be on the way down as we directly replace Harrogate Town in the Premier League. Let's take a look at the big tournaments and then everything else. The FA Cup this season won by Brentford. Brentford wins the FA Cup over Newcastle. Good for Brentford. The Carabao Cup was won by Wolves over Norwich. Some interesting winners. In the championship playoffs, Tottenham Hotspur earn their way up to the Premier League. We have not yet separated from Tottenham. We have been in the same division every single season. That will continue as they join us and Arsenal in the Premier League after defeating Sheffield Wednesday in the final. I mean, they were the favorites to do so. They outscored their opposition 8-1 in 3 matches to make it. So Tottenham's on the ups. The Europa Conference League. Venezia over Levante. So an Italian club winning that. The Europa League goes to Celtic over AC Milan. Goddamn. Good for them. Poor from AC Milan. And then the Champions League was won by Roma. Roma knocks out Real Madrid. Roma wins the Champions League in season number 4. The World Cup hasn't started yet, but the groups, Italy, Sweden, the Czechs, and New Zealand. Group B is England, Northern Ireland, China, and Mexico. It's coming home. Group C, France, Germany, Ireland, Qatar. Group D, Argentina, Austria, Ghana, and the Ukraine. Portugal, Scotland, Morocco, and the United States in Group E. Group F is Belgium, Poland, Canada, and Romania. Group G, Spain, Netherlands, Australia, and Hungary. And Group H, Brazil, Denmark, Wales, and Iceland. So we'll keep an eye on that heading into the start of the next season. And again, one more look at what happened elsewhere outside of England. We will start off with League 2, the French League. Dijon Mustard, Lens, Le Havre, and Valenciennes on their way up. League won by Lyon. Hey, good for Diogo Jota. He won some hardware this year too. Good for him. Good one for Lyon though. Very, very good. Relegated. Wow, Lille got relegated. That's oof. By 1 point. Lille got relegated. The third tier in Germany, Freiburg on their way up, Werder Bremen on their way up, and Hertha Berlin will play in the playoffs. So Mainz, Cologne, Schalke, Union Berlin, Augsburg, Hoffenheim. There are some gigantic teams that are still stuck in that third tier. That is brutal. Second tier, Frankfurt and Stuttgart on their way back to the Bundesliga. Dusseldorf will have a chance in the playoffs to earn their way up. So you still have like Hannover, Borussia Mönchengladbach, who are stuck in that division. Kaiserslautern and Karlsruhe have been relegated. We'll see if Werl gets stuck there or dropped. Bundesliga won by Dortmund, 2 points over Bayern Munich. Good for Hamburg, by the way. They've won the league and now they've really stuck. Good for Hamburg. Relegated Bayreuth, I believe it is, Waldhof, and Saarbrücken will play in the playoffs. Serie B, Como and Brescia have earned their way back up to Serie A. Sassuolo, Sampdoria, Palermo will all be in the playoffs. Empoli's stuck in 15th. Winner of the Serie A this year, of course, Roma, winning the Champions League. And they also win the big league as well. What a season for Roma. Relegated Perugia, Ternana, Frosinone. Let's see. The Eredivisie won by PSV. Mo Salah and Ajax finished in 4th. Yikes. Gotta love hitting the wrong button. Gotta love it. Let's see. Portuguese league as well, since I was asked about Benfica. How do you gritty? How do you gritty have to play Peter Crouch? I have Peter Crouch. Hold right trigger and hit the right stick up twice. So hold right trigger, right stick up twice. Let's see the final league here in Spain. Sociedad Espanyol back up to La Liga. A couple of the big teams there in the playoffs. And the winner of La Liga this season, Barcelona, have gone back to their winning ways of just absolutely dominating La Liga. So that is the full set of circumstances of this fourth season. We are ready for season number 5. 2025-26 is done and dusted. We are back in the Premier League.
Oh, good!
Chelsea, Man City, Arsenal, Spurs going to stand in our way of a title next year. Kid Morris, thank you for the follow. So it has been interesting, as I thought it would be, to see who's gotten stuck and who's earned their way back up. It's been bizarre. But we finished first in the championship. We did not do well at all in tournament play this year. As Rybigger's back from loan, Peter Baker, Jota, Harvey Elliott, all back. That will do it for our season. We are back yet again as we head to the 2026-27 season. Yeah, I'm paying attention still to the F1 side of things and just what's going on there. Of course, like, hey, there's a race at 1 a.m. LOL. It gets red flagged on the first 2 turns. Have fun. Oh, man. Football, why do we love it? I was going to say you tell me. Then they do. They tell me exactly why. So I'm excited to see what happens in the World Cup here, too. Because I feel like we missed it in Season 1. Accidentally. I guess I'm too far ahead. We'll take that lower preseason tournament. Have a chance to probably lose to Roma or Barcelona. Atleti in the final. All right, what do we got from our inbox here? So, already rescheduled matches. Commercial targets. We've set a goal to earn $204 million in sales from the replica kit. Jesus. All right. So, first things first. Let's take a look at our goals for the year. That'll set us up for how we want to approach this. So, youth development. 4 players. We'll be allowed to sign 4 players this year. 1 in each position. 4 players. That's huge. That is absolutely huge. We have to sign 1 of each position. Within 2 seasons, sign 1 player to the senior team. Play them in 10 matches, either as a starting 11 or as a sub. All right, so we got to sign a goalkeeper, a defender, a midfielder, an attacker, and sign a youth player, and then 10 matches total within 2 seasons. Get a streak of 3 clean sheets in away matches. Sign 1 crucial or important role player. All right, so that'll have to be sorted. Financially, gain $200 million from shirt sales. There's nothing I can do there. The objective: win the Premier League, win the FA Cup. All right, so we have our targets. My grade never really bounced back despite winning the league last year, which kind of sucks, but that is what it is. So really quickly, let's go ahead and figure out where we are going to be scouting next. That needs to be decided. Utmost importance is we are allowed 4 signings this season. 4 whole signings. What do we want the keyword to be? Let's have it be due. For our brand new midfielder. Keyword is due. And we'll have a chance to see where we are scouting next. That said, while we figure that out and you guys enter that, let's take a look at the team. Allison's contract is up. At the end of the season, we are going to negotiate a new contract there. Mainly to get him on cheaper wages. We have a shitload of money in the top left-hand corner for our budget. We'll get Allison on a 2-year deal. There's no way he'll see it through. Want $68,000 a week, a huge signing bonus, a clean sheet bonus. You got it, champ. So Allison is back. Still one of the best goalkeepers in the world. Kelleher. His deal is also coming due. We'll negotiate with him. Ooh, okay. No, we won't. He wants to be an important role. I can give you rotation. We are going to be moving on from Kelleher. So that is, we're going to need a backup. We're going to need a new backup goalkeeper. So that is one of the first things that we're really going to have to set up, but we are going to let him go. It'll be his final year here, one way or another. So that's a little bit scary. Before we go back to that, let's see where we're scouting next. First person, Mr. Frank Grimes. And we'll also have Warrior as well. 2 longtime regulars. Warrior, Frank. Let's see where we're going next. Frank picks Peru. Home of the Puff Pepper. Peru for the very first time. Where's Warrior going to put us? Where is Warrior going to put us? Don't type give me, just type the name of the country. Croatia, thank you. We will go back to Croatia. Or I believe the second time. And our final option, the Icon King. Icon, who's it gonna be? We got Peru, we got Croatia. We need one of each position type, or at least one of the generalized position types for this season. Don't yell at me, damn it. I yell at you every night. You should be used to it. Be used to my abuse. Thank you. Icon, who's it going to be? This third location. Where are we going? We're going to Argentina. For the second time, we go to Argentina. Fair enough. There we go. Thank you guys for doing the do, which is what we will call the raffle from now on. So back to the squad hub. Left back, Ivan Nilsson needs his new deal. And he is pretty much our left back now. Unless I decide to bring in a left back under a crucial role. Well, he still accepts sporadic. He wants rotation. That's fair. That's fair. He wants a 3-year deal. I'll give him 4. No release clause, which is good. Wants only $1,800 a week. Fucking done deal. All right, so Nilsson's back. Listed as exciting, so I think his potential's dropped a little bit, right? He was the next step up. Owen Beck. Owen Beck's an interesting one. I gotta decide what I'm doing at left back.
Good for you.
I gotta decide. So that crucial / important, it could be a goalkeeper. It could be a left back. Billy's gone at Bournemouth for a while. So center backs, we have Sepp, who's not going to get much better. Bastoni, Kanate, and Joe Gomez. Gomez is probably leaving because he's going to want a starter role. There's no way he's starting over Bastoni or Kanate. So I'm thinking we're going to need to sell Joe Gomez. That's going to hurt our squad depth a little bit. We could technically keep him for the year and let him go on a free. Or we could get the money for him. I mean, we're talking probably $50 million, though. Tough to turn down $50 million to view him as a rental. So I am thinking that Gomez is probably out. So it'll be Bastoni and Kanate, Vandenberg. I'm going to need, in general, a depth center back. You know, 5th choice. Right backs. Bradley's deal is up in 12 months. Let's delegate renewal on that. Oh, he wants money. He wants money. Let's see what he's looking for. Let's see what he's looking for. He wants rotation, so he wants to be a 2nd choice option. Okay. 3-year deal. We can get him signed to that. No release clause. Thank God, again, names his price. We'll take that. All right, so we'll see if indeed we want him as that second choice option. And there is also Calvin Ramsey. A lot of these guys are going to start getting paid. There's going to be a pretty damn big wage disparity throughout most of this team. Calvin Ramsey also wants rotation. So we will have to sell one of these right backs. Gonna have to sell one of these right backs. God, I love it when they name their price first. So Calvin Ramsey re-signed for the moment. Kind of just take an inventory of what we're going to need. So Ramsey, 22 and a 74. Bradley's 22 and a 75. Honestly, the best way to do it, list them both up for sale. The first one to go goes. The other one stays as the second choice right back. But yeah, I think we'll be looking at selling Joe Gomez rather than re-signing him because I won't be able to promise him the role that he's going to want. Okay. Now, formation-wise, we have to decide what formation we're playing and if we still want CDMs. Because the most important thing I can think of right now is that we have two damn good strikers in Diogo Jota and Darwin Nunez who both deserve to play. We need to see if a two-striker formation will work. We need it to work. Baker's down to showing great potential. Heath and Isidoro Silva are both still loaned out. Lala does have potential to be special, of course. He's going to be loaned out. But both Jota and Nunez want to play full-time. So a two-striker set makes a lot of sense. A lot of sense. But a two-striker set, Chelsea, we tried 3 at the back last year. It was a fucking disaster. Never again. Never again. So if we go with a two-striker set, excuse me, it's pretty obvious it's going to be a 4-2-4, which leaves no room for CDM. So it's either we sell Fabinho or we sell one of our two strikers. That's what we're dealing with right now. It's either we abandon ship on the idea of a CDM or we abandon ship on one of those strikers. CDM is going to be the first thing to go. Jota's only 29 years old. Nunez is 27. We try the two of them up top together. So we are going to look. We are going to look at getting rid of the CDM option. Fabinho's 32. So we are going to move on. Let's try to sell Fabinho while his value is still high. He's worth $70 million. He'll never be worth more than this. I do like Johan Leppenot, but we'll let him go as a primary CDM. So that brings us then to the outright center mid / cams. Sydney's deal is up in 12 months. So let's renegotiate here with Sydney. He still is accepting of the prospect role, which is huge. That gives us quite a bit of maneuverability. I like your scarf, man. He only wants 2K a week. That's perfect. So Sydney is back. Sydney is back. Balagizi, his contract is going to be up as well. Let's see what we can do for him. He is also willing to accept the prospect role. We'll take a 3-year deal. So we're definitely situating what this team is going to look like. Balagizi. Let's go like 3K a week. 10K signing bonus. Wants 3.9, but a $33,000 signing bonus. There we go. Just get you to name your price. That's all we got to do. So Balagizi's back as well for the moment. Dewey-Do. Jude, and then Curtis Jones. This is really important here to see what role Curtis Jones is looking for at this stage. I'm hoping for rotation. He accepted rotation. That's good. So we can have him as a staple on our second team. We'll give him a raise up to $30K a week, $50,000 signing bonus. Curtis Jones wants more than that, but we'll accept it. Done deal. Done deal. All right, so the midfield. Obvious, primary first two, Wirtz and Bellingham. Second choice is Curtis Jones. And then from there, I think we just try to loan out these three. I think a second choice center mid to play with Jones is our best option. And then if one of these three gets stuck, that's fine. Yeah, we need someone else to play alongside Curtis Jones. So we'll try to loan out Sydney. We'll try to loan out Balagizi. Neither of these guys are done developing yet, too, so there's no point to get rid of them outright. So that's good to go. Left wing side, Jesus. So Matija Janovic is still loaned out. Cade Gordon's going to be leaving on loan. So what Harvey Elliott is willing to accept here determines his future with this team, I think. Although he is 23. So let's talk to Harvey Elliott first. Hopefully he's not wanting important. Hopefully rotation will be fitting. He's willing to accept rotation. Good. 5-year deal, Harvey. What do you think? It'll be a 3-year deal. No release clause. Names his price. Bada bam. Harvey Elliott is back. He'll be the second choice option. He's not going to get that much better at this stage. Had we played him as a starter or loaned him out sooner, he might have developed a bit better. He's at 23. I mean, he's younger than Curtis Jones, but he's not going to get that much better. He is kind of the perfect second choice option. Luis Diaz needs to be re-signed at 29. This is going to be expensive. We probably got 3 more years out of him. Certainly gets the crucial role. 2-year deal. We'll give it 3. No release clause is perfect. Names his price of $96,000 a week. Done deal. Luis Diaz stays. Obviously, no offers coming his way. No offers coming Harvey's way at this point. Let me just make sure I marked everyone else as being blocked. That was supposed to be blocked. It looks like we did. Right wing, Lionel Messi will be retiring at the end of the season. I'm going to try to transfer him out. But then again, that means they won't be able to come to terms. So we'll try to loan out Messi. Let him play out his career as a starter because it won't be here. We do have Fabio on loan at Sociedad. I am going to recall him from that loan. Because at his age, what he's looking to do, he is the perfect backup to Rafael. And then that brings us to our strikers. So Darwin and Jota, both up top. Behind them, we do want to try to loan out Kushtrim Lala and Peter Baker. So we're going to want 2 second choice strikers. Veterans, primarily. Who won't be too upset to not be playing that much with the other guys still out on loan. So I think we have kind of our general direction. Certainly some big moves. Joe Gomez leaving, Fabinho leaving. But those are the type of big moves we're going to have to continue to make. Kind of do what Liverpool haven't done and actually properly cycle out talent.